They're day-to-day choices that we make in our society, in our culture, that militate against all students being as good as they choose to be. Right now, about a third of our graduating high school students go on and do excellent work. In the United States, in spite of what we have to say about public education, and it's been negative ever since A Nation in Crisis, which, by the way, was founded on bogus research, about a third of our kids are high flyers who could perform with anybody in the world. We lead the world in Nobel Prize laureates, and it's not even close. Our big concern is that we need to get to everybody else because we're running out of people whose educational backgrounds match up to the 21st century. And the 21st century is a very different place. Culturally, in this region, and I was born and raised here, I'll probably die here. I live right up the road from the coal company house where I was born. My brothers live there. My mother still lives there. But culturally, we were told that we had a future that consisted of us selling our labor and not much else. And that tends to persist. For years, my mother-in-law would ask me, the first time I would see her, "Are you working every day? You're not laid off, are you?" And the notion was that we had to have a job. It wasn't a career. It wasn't a driving influence in our lives. It was a job to put bread on the table. And that's why, until the last 30 years or so, we saw such an emphasis on the recreation industry, and 13-week vacations, and bowling leagues, and motorhomes, and fishing, and traveling, and hobbies. I can remember in the 70s, the big question was, how will Americans productively utilize their free and recreational time? Well, we've reached a stage now where the 21st century environment says you not only have to work, you have to be able to get along with other people. You have to handle your own information technology. You need to be literate, and you need to be a constant learner, a lifelong learner, a person who creates his own knowledge from the environment. And that's what we've got to get folks to do more of. We need to spend more time, appropriate time, teaching the important things in public schools and in all schools. And we need to be sure that kids are year-round learners.